you get sports handicapping information from the leading handicappers across the nation. Get your winners daily. Winning information from BettorCenter Live.
Hey, sports fans. Louie Diamond joined with the Red Rocket in Chumly. Once again, BettorCenter Live. Half hour later than usual. And it might be our new time slot here, gentlemen and ladies, because it just seems to be.
Blame it on me. I live in a state with no time zone change, all right? So that one extra hour kind of funks me a little bit. I can split it in a difference and go middle of it, 3:30. And you'll get your information prior to tip-off or first pitch in MLB. So, be sure to tune in daily.
So 3:30 is now, I think. Chumley, did we agree on that, or we disagree on that for today?
That's fine.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
What's up, Mr. Mike Lowry? Mike Lowry.
I'll go to Facebook. I'll send you a link right now. You want to join us here today? And,
what's the best play today? I'll throw 5K.
Yeah, how'd that work the last time we did that?
Probably didn't work.
It did. It was that stupid Indiana under. It was staying under. Then, of course, went over at the end. But I don't know. Let's not do that today, Mike. I'll give out a couple solid plays. We don't need to throw 5K on them. I don't really like it when you do that, to be honest.
It's the jinx. The pressure, the
pressure
of the money. I will tell you, I have a couple guys that I give plays to that
winner for you today.
That bet big money, and I don't like to know when they do that shit.
I don't either.
I prefer just not to know. You don't have to tell me. Tell me after it's over, and but I don't need to hear about that. Oh yeah, dude. I hope this hits tonight. I got 20K. I don't need to hear that shit, dude. Keep that to yourself.
I don't like.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
No, you got to realize. Let's just clean out the. You got to clean out the trash. Take the trash out. A guy that's betting over his head is not a guy that
and even if it's not over his head, it's just to me that's a big bet, dude. You know what I'm saying? I know if the guy lost, he's gonna be fine, but I don't need to hear about it.
Gambling's all relative, but if a guy's over betting, he's over betting.
I wish that's the thing I always used to tell guys that use the book or whatever, the credit accounts as they like to call them. Yeah, I've heard that term used. I'm assuming that's the same thing, basically a bookie. Don't let you extend the hell out of yourself, man. They don't care about your financial well-being. They'll have you on a payment account from here till 2030 and shit. Okay, we got you on $215 a week for the next 592 months, and you'll be paid off. And we know where you live, we know where you work, and we know where your kids go to school. Pay me.
Hi, Mike. I'll talk all you want, but like I said, we don't need to get crazy tonight. I really don't have anything for the show strong enough that we need to bet that amount. So what do you like tonight, Mike?
He said the Flyers.
The Flyers? Well,
yeah, I was ready to give my college picks, dude.
Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'll just talk about the NIT tonight because there's a couple games. Richmond Spiders hosting the Toledo. What are they going by now? Rockets. Golden Rockets, Blue Rockets, some kind of Rockets. Well, playing this game in Denton, Texas. I hope everybody's aware. Typically, the first couple rounds of the NIT are played on the home court of the higher seeded team. But this year, they Bulls money line from Mr. Lauer. They are playing this game in Denton, Texas. I do believe they're using two facilities. There will be more games played in another Texas location. Off the top of my head, I took a big hit, so that city's escaping my brain at the moment. But I'm going to back Richmond here. A couple of their top scorers are out, Golden, and the other guy's not as good. Golden's a little more consistent scorer. But I see this as a knee-jerk reaction. Toledo went on neutral court. This doesn't look right. They had no wins against any Quad 1 teams. Richmond, and they still have their point guard, who I believe is the best player on their team, the little guy, Gilliard. He's the guy that gets the offense moving. I've seen him score points in games. Typically, he doesn't because he doesn't have to. Tonight, I'm sure he'll be asked to put the ball in the basket a little more. I see Richmond hanging in right here all the way from beginning to end. I don't see any reason to have some knee-jerk reaction and feel like Toledo's going to roll this team over. Right now, you can get Richmond at +5, guys. They're really overselling the lack of a couple players tonight, and that's just my opinion. I'm going to stick with what I thought was the right play earlier, and I'm going to go with Richmond. And in the other game in the NIT tonight, I'm going to back St. Mary's as a small favorite. No, I'm noting these teams are pretty similar, slower styles. I'm just going to give a little bit of edge to the style of St. Mary's for this kind of tournament. We'll see. Again, not as much as I liked Richmond earlier, but I do think St. Mary's gets the job done.
All right. Cool. There we go. Tony, the Red Rifle, throwing out a couple college basketball. Any college basketball for you today, chum?
I'll just add on that Richmond game. Tony and I were kind of talking about this. Toledo plays real fast pace. Richmond will probably play with them. Know the couple kids are out, but I mean, the total is 151.5. That probably will get above that. I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty close game. Could go either way as far as the spread goes in my eyes, but look for a real fast pace. Should be an entertaining, high-scoring game. I would lean to the over in that game.
Well, if you really think deeper about that, chum, now we're discussing it, that if you think that those two guys for Richmond not playing is going to have an effect on the outcome, then likely they won't score as many points, perhaps, without those two scores in the game. That might slow their scoring tilt down a touch. But that's just kind of what I'm thinking.
There's still gonna be a lot of points. I hear what you're saying. It should still make it over that, but like I said, it's nothing strong. Just a lean. That's about all. That's all I got. I got a bunch of strong plays coming up shortly here for the tournament, though.
There's a couple random teams playing in the NIT game in Texas. That's your Wednesday night college basketball.
All right. So I think there's a few 5-9 plays out there in the NBA tonight. What is the grand salami? The overs to play tonight in the NBA. I see a lot of overs. Damn, 247.5. Where are we at now?
Yeah, keep going.
48.5.
Well, that's typically if something keeps going in one direction, it's called buying you out of the line. At some point, they're going to grease you out of a couple just because they keep pushing the number because the money's flowing that way. Yeah. They're going to price you. Eventually, they're going to price you out of value. They'll price you out of any value. You might keep winning. I will say that. Just because they keep pushing the number doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be on the wrong side. But they will start pricing the value out of the bet for you.
It's got to even out at some. It's got to even out at
some point, right? But I don't want to say win.
The Bucks won. They won up 5 points, and we won pretty easily. Yet this one scares me. I mean, I've been playing all the Washington unders, but I just have to stay off of this one. And we're getting almost at 250. They all can't keep going over, so I'm probably being a pussy, but I'm just going to stay away from that one tonight.
Yeah, opened up 244 though, guys. You gotta get them early.
It's getting bet up. I am
even at 244 got hit.
Right. And I'm wondering if 244 is too high. You feel me? I mean, they're gonna start pricing it out where they set that initial number where probably 4 or 5 points where it should be, and then immediately it gets bet up a couple more. Now you're 6-7 points over what should be a realistic total. Not to say you will not win that bet, but you have definitely lost all the value from the line. They're taking it from you. It's gone at 247. Unless it's an all-star, unless it's an exhibition game, man, that's a lot of points to like guarantee. I'm going to bet over 250. God damn.
Yeah.
And they've been getting there. I noticed they've been getting there. So, 130, 120, like it's nothing, man. Like the 1970s.
It is crazy.
Yeah. And you got the Nets and the Pacers. Looks like another over here, but doesn't have the line movement. But that, I see that. I think that's another over here tonight. How are you not on it? Charlotte and Denver. Like it's, you know, they got a little bit of play under, opened up, 230.5. So, but I still think that is an overplay. So I don't know. And then who else are the Rockets and Warriors? No.
Hey, the Bulls might get over too.
The Bulls.
The Bulls.
I like the Bulls tonight, by the way. Speaking of the Bulls.
Do you?
The Bulls have been playing great.
I do, yeah. I'm actually, last couple games, their offense looks good. Defense, NBA, if you expect anybody to play defense in NBA, you're probably watching the wrong sport. But it's hard for me to overlook the fact these teams play very little defense. But, yeah, they look good. The Thunder game, yes, and then the Raptors. So back-to-back games, they've put up 20-point wins. And they get to stay at home. Now the Spurs come in. Just feels like a good spot to keep. I mean, the line's basically nothing. They're trying to get you to take the Bulls. But in this case, I think they're trying to get you on the right team. Spurs off a road win, 109-99 against, Detroit Pistons. Better comp tonight. I think they're going to take it up the boot chute. Give me the Chicago Bulls in that.
All right. You and Daniel seem to be there. Mike's using that as his free play. Marcus.
I'll tell you what I do really like tonight as far as a free play. I like Miami at Memphis tonight. They've won 5 or 6 in a row. Memphis is kind of trending the other way. Miami's really finding their stride. They can really do some damage in the East. I like them as a slight dog tonight. I think they're going to win by 5-10 points, actually. So that's a pretty strong free play. It's Miami Heat tonight plus the 2 points.
All right. I'm also rolling with the Sixers over. Sixers Milwaukee over.
Yeah.
How about them Sixers at home?
Yeah, I just threw the nickel in the fountain, took the Sixers and the 6 points at home. Why not?
Well, there's one of our money line underdogs. We
just kind of throw it out there, dude. Like I say, I'm at this point. It's on that smaller action level. I'm not like hammering unless there's something more I like about the game. I'm just not gonna put a huge bet on the Sixers just because they're playing at home. But tonight, underdog against a good team. It's either a sucker spot or you're gonna look good. And Philly, don't panic at halftime. I tell you that because they definitely are. They push the pace late, and especially at home. I've seen them down double digits in the fourth quarter several times this year and win. So I'm just going to see how that one plays out. That's just an opinion, low bet. I wouldn't recommend a big play, but I do like the Sixers at home.
All right, Sixers $2 at home.
They did play last night. The Bucks had a couple days off. Milwaukee's playing well. I don't like the 76ers as much as normal tonight, actually. I don't know. The Bucks are – that scares me, but I'd probably agree with Lou, though. I'm sure it goes, I should go over. They're going to play a faster pace. And no reason why most of the Bucks
– on the road.
But, yeah.
It's all order.
Right.
They're trying to make that statement. Embiid's not playing right. Now, here's the thing. If you're doing the mental math, if you're trying to go that route here, that Milwaukee obviously playing the higher ranked team in the conference at this point, looking to make a statement. But they also realize Embiid's not there. And this is just another game down the long road to the end of this season. So will they bring the whole juice that they have, knowing that their best player is not playing? That's something to me that does kind of throw another layer on it. But we'll see. Like I say, I'm kind of going to lean. I think Philly actually wins this game personally, but you're right. I'm looking at Milwaukee. They're hot as hell, right? And that's kind of – but how – even when you're hot, I don't want to take a hot team laying 6 on the road to the best team in the conference. I don't give a damn who's suited up, right? I mean, that's
the home team in the conference on top of it, right?
Right, and you're just laying – you're not laying a bucket. You're laying 6, dude. You're laying fucking a three-pointer, a couple free throws, and another couple more free throws at the end.
Oh, without a doubt, we can put them on our underdog card.
Or are you that
escape. All right. Usually you would look at Milwaukee, just try to escape that game or something. Exactly. They come in, probably trail most of the game or whatever, nip and tuck toward the end, and they try to steal it. That's classic NBA. I need to get Chum an IU hat, man. Oh, boy.
You can keep it, buddy.
Wisconsin.
I did have a Michigan shirt on today, though, and I hate Michigan, so.
Speaking of which, Wisconsin, they'll face Roy Williams. Allen put it up 29-0, Roy Williams first round. I actually remember when Roy was 15-0 in the first round back, because I remember that was like a six. So, yeah, the dude literally has never lost a first round game. Tough opponent. I will say, of those 29 first round wins by Roy Williams, probably very few were as an 8 seed, right? So they're probably playing as high a seed as he's ever seen in the first round. But that's a big number, 29-0, straight up first round NCAA tournament. So yeah, that kind of pushes me more toward my Tar Heels. Thanks, Alan. I'll give credit to Alan for posting that. I kind of knew Roy was a good early round coach, but to hear that number. That used to be like the number where Clemson had never won in Chapel Hill. They were like 0-57. It was like the longest losing streak of any opponent in one place ever. It just kind of sticks with you.
Alan does post a lot of good information, guys. If you want to friend somebody and you like gambling, Alan, I call him Degeneres, but DeSerona or some shit. He's got he posts all kinds of great stats and trends on Facebook.
He does. He's got some fun.
Yeah.
So who else do we like? I'm going to give my best bet in the NBA tonight, guys. Just what the hell? Let's try to win tonight. I'm going to go ahead and give out the Denver Nuggets as my best bet. I'm going to acknowledge Charlotte's had a nice little run here, but I think this is where they fall flat against a high-scoring Western Conference team. And for that reason, pretty much, I think this line is soft. A month ago, this would have been like a 12-point spread. Now I got it at 6.5. Right now, I'm still seeing it pretty much in that same range. So Charlotte's played well enough of late to keep the public's attention with the money here. They've won 4 straight. But obviously for me, that's going to be a matter of the Denver offense just outpacing what Charlotte can put up. And looking at, so situation-wise, it's not the most perfect one for Denver. I prefer a couple other things that have happened in that Pacers game, but we've been good with Denver lately. We were against them when they came home and lost to the Mavericks. We went back on them when they just pounded the Pacers pretty well, and I think they're going to do the same thing. That offense is flowing well. Defense is keeping teams in that 100 range, so for NBA standards, that's not awful. That's pretty decent.
About as good as it's going to get these days.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the opponents are right around 100 every game, which, it's not 125. So Denver plays solid enough. 6.5 is a tricky number. I will throw that out there as well. But I like I say, I feel this should be probably more in the 11, 12. I think you're just getting a really soft line, and I'm hoping that we can keep over that number, beat the number tonight. Denver Nuggets is my NBA best bet.
Okay.
Speaking of,
right, so
where's Marcus at? I thought he was coming on.
You got anything NBA to add, Chum?
I like that game, Denver game, kind of over, but Miami Heat's going to be my best bet on the show. I like the Heat a lot tonight.
Okay. All right, so I got on the round robin underdog ticket. I got the Sixers plus $2. How about the Pistons plus 210?
Sure.
At home,
they just won too, so I mean they might win 2 in a row, I guess.
Rockets, they got a shot against the Warriors. I was just trying to look up Warriors in the soft spot.
Yeah,
I like the play against the spread tonight. That's one of my plays, but if you want to throw them on there, anything can happen. We all know that.
Well, I haven't seen if the Warriors got something big or if this is meaningful, meaningless. Cavs at home against the Celtics. Nah. No Hornets tonight, right?
We're gonna have to throw some on there. So
I say just because I'm betting it doesn't mean that they won't. I lose too.
Oh yeah, we've been losing a lot.
You don't hurt my feelings throwing it. Trust me, dude. You don't hurt my feelings doing it. I'm more of an analytical. I have no feelings.
All right, they're not. Hornets are in. Heat, Spurs under, and Philly. Can I get 2 more, Mike? All right, Mike. What else you got? You still there, Mike? You are. Give us something.
He had
Heat,
something. He gave us a couple earlier. He
How
likes
come
the
Marcus
Bulls.
isn't-
Spurs even money. We ain't got them. All right. The Heat are a favorite, right? They're no.
No, they're plus. Well, they were +2 when I bet them.
The Heat plus $1.10. There they are. All right.
Small
I guess
dog.
we'll throw the Heat in there.
I mean, you don't have to.
Let's head on over to hockey.
Hockey.
How come Marcus isn't on the show? Marcus, where are you?
I don't know.
Fade Mike.
Oh
no. Yeah, those two love each other, Marcus and Mike. We could have like an M&M segment. Let those two discuss sports for a few minutes.
We need Reggie. I miss Reggie. We could get Reggie
Listen,
back.
I have no problem if people want to voice their opinion as long as they're not idiots.
Don't make it personally. I don't like when it gets personal.
Don't be racist and don't.
Right.
I mean, I don't give a shit. You can disagree with me all day, but do it,
somewhat respectful.
You know what? If he wants
somewhat
to say
respectful.
somebody's terrible, at the end of the day, you get called out, you're ready to take the call out. Because somebody's going to call me out. I get called out on the phone all the time. A guy wants to call me out. Oh, you suck. Yeah, I heard about you. You suck. I go, okay, then why don't you just join and bet against me then if I suck? Well, okay, but I tell you what, if you're any good, I'll be happy to pay you. So why don't we bet? Who's better, me or you? We can bet. How's that? So, there you go. And Marcus, you know damn well I'll be happy to bet you all day long.
I hate betting people, man. I just rather bet the bookies. I used to make $2. I make $2 bets, man. I make those gentlemen like the dude from Trading Places.
No juice.
$2.
No juice. You get no juice. You get And at the end of the day,
you're basically just playing book to someone else. How often do you actually want to bet the exact other side of someone else? Or you're just taking their bet because you're saying you suck? I'll take that bet, dude. Fuck, I'll take it. So you're just being the book.
Look at it this way. HBO took me on for 5 months and 500 picks. Okay. I'll be happy to do that again with pretty much anybody.
Baseball's a good sport to do it too. Yeah, it's about time to try it because baseball, you'll get your picks in.
But that's all I'm saying. I know that the guys that talk about how much better they are than me, they're never gonna beat me long term.
Right, that's the way I look at it too, Lou. That's a great way to look at it.
That long term,
I can just look at my. I can look at my little.
Well, I really don't give a shit. There's always going to be somebody better than you. So if somebody's better than me, more power to them. Great.
But yeah, that's all. I mean, all I'm getting at is, you know what? If you're going to call somebody out, be ready to be called. That's all.
Yeah.
Get ready to have your bluff called. Simple as that. So.
True that, man.
All right, NHL today. Canucks and the Senators. How do you not play a dog there? Oh, there he is. All right, here he comes.
Did I
158 on BettorCenter.
What game did I have yesterday in the NHL? I think I won yesterday.
And so it begins.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is. He's in the garage, man. What's going on, Mike?
Outside right now, so I'm trying to burn this time before these games start. But I played for you guys today that I feel confident in. If you want to hear him, I'll go ahead and give you my card. So basically what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the Bulls. We already talked about the reasons why I like them. They're starting to get some continuity with marketing coming back on the lineup. And Zach LaVine, in my opinion, is a true superstar. And I don't think the Spurs necessarily have a true superstar with DeMar Rosen being out and LaMarcus Aldridge on the trade block. So I'm going to go with the Bulls again tonight at home. A max play for me for my clients. The play I'm looking at in hockey is Flyers and Rangers. Flyers are 7-1 in their last 8 games over under. It really doesn't even matter who's in net at this point. In my opinion, Hart is one of the best goalies in the NHL, and he's got a 3.5 goals allowed per game. That's how bad the Flyers defense has been struggling. Jealousy's a female's trait. Marcus, he's been stealing my style for years, so don't even worry about that guy. And And other than that, I mean, I like the Blues-Kings game over as well. Blues are not an under team like they used to be, trading their best defensive men to the Golden Knights. That's another goalie who was a great goalie over the years. Bennington, he's really struggling this year. And my dad always taught me in hockey and in baseball, it's not about the past history. It's about what have you done for me lately. And both of those goaltenders have really been struggling. So don't bet based on the past history, because these teams' identities and their coaching staff changes every year.
So your dad must have listened to Janet Jackson's Control sometime in the mid-'80s, probably about the same age as me, it sounds like.
my dad and my Uncle John taught me everything I know. I used to go to my
What have you done for me lately? Da, 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 ooh.
My uncle's never worked a day in his life, and they call him Mr. Hockey. They call him Capper. I've learned everything I know about hockey from him, so I've passed down a lot of secrets to me through family. But I don't know if you guys aren't betting these in-play wagers on spring training baseball, but I've been absolutely dominating them. The few games that they offer on William Hill that are actual 9 innings, you take the in-play over. I had a 12.5 yesterday on the Angels game, 12.5 for $5,000, and they scored over 20-something runs. So if you're not keeping your eye on that, then I don't know what to tell you. But they're making a lot of mistakes on these in-play wagers on spring training.
Some of these games, you don't know how long they're going to go. I guess if you're saying some of them they have predetermined they're going to go 9 innings, it might be one thing. But the other day they just said, I was watching the Brewer game and they just decided that.
No, I lost. I lost $5,600 on that. I thought I won, so I started betting other shit. And then William Hill, they refunded me as a push. I was so pissed.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why if they're going to give lines out on these, they almost got to say it has to go 7 innings or whatever. But
well, that game was scheduled for 9 innings. It was such an ass whip when they called it. And I thought they were going to do the same thing yesterday in the Angels game. I would have been sick because I'm thinking that I won my wager, so I'm betting my profits on my next slate of games. Come to find out, I get a push. And I called them multiple times. It's their house rules. It really is.
Right.
Well, who do we like hockey? I actually was
got the
talk
Blues
about hockey. I won with the Capitals last night. Just remember that. Capitals last night, that was a winner. Your contrarian, non-hockey better winner. All right, who do y'all like? So
I'm tonight. My hockey, actually, most of my stuff is pretty much all basketball. As far as hockey, I like the Flyers tonight, minus $1.30. And that is a little two-teamer. The Knights, and against Mike there, but I'm taking the puck line, so I'm getting I'm taking the Kings plus 1.5, minus 210. So
I see a lot of sharp action on the Kings tonight.
Yeah. So, but I got the 1.5. Maybe we'll hit the middle there, and we'll cash. We'll both cash. We'll see.
Any of you guys lose on that Munich game earlier? I lost on that over 3.5. Pretty pissed about that.
No, I don't bet that soccer.
Yes, what is it, World Cup yet? I like to do the draw parlays in the stage matches, man. I did real well a couple World Cup. I hit like a $200 bet, won $10,000. That was one of my signature. And it was just draws. It was parlaying 2 draws at like plus 300. I
don't mean to change subject, but none of you guys are betting. None of you guys are betting the Pacers tonight with Kyrie Irving being out.
No.
I got the over.
The over, yeah. You can't really go wrong taking Brooklyn Nets over. I mean, that's all they do is score points and don't play defense. There's a lot of high totals. I've never really seen this many high totals. 247.5. I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
I've seen it, but it's usually like the All-Star.
Over, so one or the other, but it's been winning right now. So
All-Star game, maybe. Other than that.
The line movement
I remember
right now,
maybe in the
Pacers are moving.
Trying to remember back when Doug Moe coached the Nuggets in the 80s when they had Alex English, Kiki Vandeweghe, and those dudes. I'm assuming some totals got close to that because that's all they did was run and they never played defense. And the Westfall,
it used to always be the 230s and 240s for totals.
Yeah,
250s were high, but 230s and 240s were not uncommon
for the Nuggets. And I'm thinking. Trying to think who else coached. Paul Westfall coached kind of that way. Doug Moe was the main one, I think, that just didn't play any. He was all concerned with offense. Those are just big. Now it's just like standard offense, standard style of play, and they're getting up that high. They're just a lot of that I will attribute to maybe some of the rule changes where you literally can't touch anybody anymore, any kind of dribble, penetration. I mean, for 20, 30, 40 years in the NBA, you could put an arm out, basically arm bar a guy across the lane. Now, if you even put a finger on them, they call it a foul. That's had to have had some effect on how these guys play.
Well, this line is so high because Marvin Bagley's out tonight, and that's an interior president for the Kings, so they're going to be running small ball. So I think that's a reason why the total's so high as well.
I don't like Bagley just because that sounds like a dude that went to Duke. Did he go to? Is that the Duke guy?
That's from Duke, Marvin Bagley.
I'm an anti-Duke guy.
I mean, who's not an anti-Duke guy? You're either a Duke fan or you're an anti-Duke guy.
I can name a couple. One of my best friends is a Duke guy, but
listen, I don't mean to change subject because my computer's about to die, and I sure probably shouldn't have did this in my garage. I just wanted to join and talk to you guys for a second, but I see a lot of big money line underdogs in college basketball this weekend, and I'm super excited. That's why
I think we agreed. I think there's going to be a few nice wins. So
if you don't, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say before I get out of here. And I shouldn't give you guys this, but I don't think none of my people are watching this right now, anyways. If you're not riding Georgetown right now, what are you doing with your life? I've had them every single game money line. I had them against Villanova money line plus the 450 at halftime. They're one of the hottest teams in the nation right now. I watched all of Colorado's games, those tournament games. I was not impressed at all. They barely beat USC. They lost to Oregon State. They lack outside shooting. This is a horrible matchup for them with Georgetown, who can really knock down shots and are playing with more momentum than anybody in the nation.
I agree with you 100%.
If it means anything to you, I actually agree that I think Georgetown wins that game. If it means anything to you.
Georgetown's been playing freaking awesome the last couple
of weeks. That might not be good that we all agree, but it might be good. I do agree. I concur.
Like the most is Georgetown. I love Georgetown. I love North Carolina. They're going to dominate the boards.
Exactly.
The only teams that can beat North Carolina are teams who. And then LSU, they got pure shooters. They got a guy who averages 23 points per game. They should have beat Alabama in that game. They choked it in. I think LSU was the real deal. And I think that they're total different athlete disparity level against St. Bonnie's. And those are the three games that I'm looking at the most. And like I said, I've been fading Kansas all season. I wouldn't be surprised if Eastern Washington maybe set them there, but who knows?
All right.
So we'll disagree on the LSU. I think the SEC is kind of weak. I think their team's going to get – it's going to be a washout. Their team's just going to get the shit kicked out of them. But we'll see.
I agree with you.
I kind of agree LSU's good athletic team. We'll see how they'll match up because St. Bonnie's is going to spread that court out, and they're going to make everybody on that team cover somebody. And we'll see how – I think it's going to be a good game, though. I agree LSU is athletic enough to hang in there.
Cameron Thomas. Remember that name, Cameron Thomas. Remember that name. I mean, LSU doesn't play defense. They play fast-paced, but if they get hot, they could beat anybody in the nation. I've seen them do it. I've been following them all year. Like, I just think that the recruiting class –
yeah, it's go time, right? NCAA tournament. It's time for these teams to produce or go home. I mean, and you're going to see you're going to probably see a few named programs that are just going to shit the bed and lay eggs, and they're going to be gone pretty fast. And I think it's going to like probably surprise a few people this year.
The surprise tonight in the NHL is going to be the Sharks. Knights have beaten so many nights in a row. I think the Sharks get them tonight. I have a gut feeling. I'm a Knights fan. I follow every game. I think this is a letdown game for the Golden Knights, and I think that they've been using Fleury a little bit too much. They need to get Lanier back in there so I could take the over every night because that guy's a joke. And that was a horrible contract they gave him. And every time Lanier's in net, the Knights go over. But I think Fleury's the most overrated goaltender in the NHL. The dude's phenomenal. But the only time he struggles is when they use him back-to-back, which is where the situation he'll be in tonight. So I just think it's tough to beat a team 3-4 times in a row like that, especially with the rivalry the Knights and the Sharks have. So decent value there, in my opinion.
Thanks, Mike.
I took the Flyers and Oilers. I did two teams for you guys tonight, NHL. Do with it what you wish. I just got the Blues. And I got the Blues wrote down, but for some reason I just decided not to put them as a three-teamer. So.
Yeah, they're
are they favored? Are the Blues favored? Maybe that's why I didn't put them.
Yeah, they went from 130 to 145.
Yeah, that's probably why I left them off. That sounds.
Look, I'm putting 2,200 right now. William Hill on the Flyers Rangers over in front of you guys' eyes right here. Boom. William Hill.
Rangers Flyers over.
Rangers Flyers over 6. My play of the day. My play of the day, and I'm telling you, you just got to follow trends in the NHL. Flyers play no defense, and they can score on anybody. Like that goalie for the Rangers, Gorgeville, or whatever the hell his name is, he's got a 3.33 goals allowed. He's trash.
All right, so you got all my plays. I got to get out of here, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're running late today.
I just got to.
But we're gonna start doing this at 3:30 every day now.
3:30.
So you have me
I got some good information on a college game.
Good luck. Good luck with your action. Hope all those tickets cash.
All right.
Yeah, I hope.
Message me on Facebook so I can know who you are. I don't know who you are on Facebook. Message me. I'd like to talk to you about some games in college.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys,
I can't find you though. Look me up. All right, bye.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
Guys, take care. Thanks for having me on. I'll have a better background tomorrow. Sorry, just last minute.
John Hahn coming at with Western Kentucky money line. Right.
That's my better center play, John. I like Western Kentucky tonight. They're the better team. They'll win by 5-10 points.
All right. Good luck, everybody. We're out of here.
See you tomorrow.